Hi there. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine. I have a little visit, and hopefully it'll be a little more, maybe I'll accomplish a little bit more than that alarming live. I went live this morning. Thank you to everyone. I didn't think anyone would be online. I thought, you know what? Nancy was going to walk me through it. Nancy from Wishes and Wheats. She was going to walk me through how to do it. She's a very good teacher. And I thought, oh, it'll just be us. And next thing I know, there's more and more and more, and everyone's going, hi, hi, hi. And before I knew it, oh my goodness, lots and lots of people, which was lovely. And thank you, everyone, for your help being able to achieve that. Thank you, Nancy, for helping me figure that out. And even thank you, Doug. I mean, we sort of heard a little bit of Doug's voice there for a few minutes. But I didn't get anything accomplished. I mostly wanted to know how to set up the camera, which is my phone, and then set up my laptop so that I can watch the chat scrolling and hopefully answer questions or just laugh along with everyone. Anyhow, I just thought, you know what, I will get a few things accomplished. I will thank everyone for, thank you for joining me this morning with that boy jumping in with both feet. Finally got the live chat thing figured out. You know what? And I'll tell you what it was. I put in all the words, all the keywords into Google to try and figure out what on earth I was doing wrong. Because I had met all the requirements that that YouTube wants you to do. But they have, it appears they have an unspoken requirement, because I ended up on a bunch of forums just reading answers. Oh, hold on. Why is my phone talking to me? Oh, the live video is just ready to go. So anyhow, sorry, my other phone was talking to me from over on the side there. So turns out, in case any of you encounter the same thing, when I was reading through the answers in these forums from people who are having the same problem, they met all the criteria and their phone still was not allowed to go live. You can go live with cameras, you can go live with your laptop before you have 1,000 subscribers, but you cannot use your phone to go live until you have 1,000 subscribers. And since my phone is what I use as my camera, I kind of needed that if I wanted to be able to do this. So, and other people were running into the same problem. And then it turns out YouTube offers this new option now called Super Chats. And you know where you chat along the side and type in questions and chat with each other while the main person on camera is working or whatever it is, whatever the reason they're doing a live YouTube. And there's this option now called Super Chats, where apparently you can pay, I think it's $2, and you can either say something or ask a question to the person doing the live stream. I was going to say screen. And your question will pop up in a box. And it will be highlighted so that the person doing the video will notice your question better than having it scrolling through the chats. And so all these people in the forums were saying you have to enable Super Chats and then it will let you go live. So I thought, okay, well, you know what the heck, let's do it. In for a penny, in for a pound. And so I enabled Super Chats and immediately it allowed me to go live. That was actually yesterday, but I didn't want to, I wasn't going to do my first trial run in the evening when lots and lots of people were home. I was hoping to just quietly try and go live and then shut it down. And then before I knew it, we were, how long were we on chatting? For about 38 minutes. So again, thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who helped, to all the 1,000+ people. And then thank you to everyone who actually happened to end up being online this morning. and we were able to get it done. So I have a few things. So I wanted to say thank you. And then I actually have a few things I wanted to get done. I'm still working in, I'm working in my little book here. I want to see if I can move my camera over. Hold on. I just want to, I'm going to tilt it a little bit. I hope you're not nauseated. Anyone who gets nauseated from cameras moving, I apologize. There we go. That's better. So I want to do a couple of things in my little account book. Oh my goodness, I am so enjoying this book. I love how it looks. I love how it feels. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I have this little fella that I found. I mentioned it on the live chat. He looks like a Santa's elf, and he has a couple of martinis on a tray. So, and I love martinis. So for the time being, I'm going to put him in here. I don't know where I want to put him yet. And I also like this little tag that was on a doily that I bought. And I don't know where I'm going to put that yet. So I'm putting that in there too. But I started going through a box. I showed everyone on the live chat. I found a box of plans of things that I was putting together, little golden books that I had already taken apart and started preparing signatures for. And then I think what happened was 2 years ago, because it certainly wasn't last Christmas, I think it was the Christmas before, Christmas season happened, and I put everything that I was tentatively working into a box and put the box away, and it ended up in a closet, and it ended up, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So when I found it and started going through it, I don't know, my style, I honestly think this box was 2-year-old things. My style and passion for what I enjoy in junk journals has evolved so much in the past 2 years. And I looked over these journals that I was going to prepare, and my heart's just not in those right now. So what I did was I took apart the papers that were going to go into signatures, and I've put them back into, I have a box of just papers that are signature size, that already have a fold in them. And I have lots of those because sometimes when you're putting together a journal, a junk journal, you initially make it too fat before you sew it together, so you have to start rifling through and pulling some papers out, or else you're going to guaranteed have an alligator mouth. Anyhow, so I found I was going to make myself sort of a traveler's notebook for my personal use, and I realized I probably would never, I just don't see myself using it in the next little while. Certainly I won't be getting on a plane until there's a vaccine for COVID. I will not be flying. Most likely I will not be even leaving Canada. Right now I'm very happy with how my country is handling this pandemic, and I'm quite happy to stay right here in my country. It's no guarantee that you're not going to catch anything, but yeah, you know, it's one of those devil you know versus the devil you don't know situations. Anyhow, so I thought, I've just got this beautiful old map of Ireland that I originally had wanted to put on it. Now keep in mind, this is over 2 years old. So I'm wondering what glue I used, because 2 years ago I didn't know about art glitter glue, my favorite liquid type glue, the art glitter glue. That's my favorite one. I didn't know about it yet 2 years ago. Maybe about 1.5 years ago I knew about it. I sort of associate everything with Christmas and try and remember. I think I put this together prior to the existence of art glitter glue, especially because with paper this thin, I know the atlas I got this map out of, And with paper this thin, you can usually still see the little art glitter glue, the little streams when you squirt it on there. With really thin old paper, sometimes you can still see the line of where the glue went on, which is why one of the only things I don't like about art glitter glue, which is when I will usually step in and use my aerosol glue. So I wonder if I used one of the aerosol glues that I don't quite like anymore, because I can see where it didn't grab. Right here, there's a bubble. Didn't grab there. And for a little while, I tried Aleene's aerosol tacky glue. I also tried Gorilla aerosol tacky glue. So I suspect maybe this is the Aleene's aerosol tacky glue that I used on this. So I'm happy to see it's still holding. This is over 2 years old, and I can't pull that up. So except for these little bubbles right here, that's pretty good. I'm actually happy to see that. So I want to make this into a little tuck spot and put it into my my big account book here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't want this side. I just want this as the tuck spot. So I think what I'm going to do, I had glued this onto the fold, and I pulled it up. Now I want the holes to be a little bit stronger, so I think I'm actually going to flip that over and glue it down for the holes. So let's cut this. For now, let me stand up and make sure I'm in screen, and I mostly am. And I'm going to cut this down. Now, hold on. Oh, I don't like this big one. Oh, well. Let's see where I want it to come to. 1/2 inch. So that's 1/2 inch there. Oh, okay. All right, that helps. That's a no-brainer, actually. All right, so where is that dent? There it is. Now that's going to go over. You know what? I'm going to flip this because my cutter makes a funny little lip. And this way the lip will be going in the correct direction. All right, down you go. Okay, that will go into my offcuts for making journaling cards for someday on some other journal. Okay, get you out of the way. All right, so what I want to do then is I want to flip that backwards so that that's stronger for when I punch the holes in it. But I want to ink around these edges, and I think I actually want to use my sewing machine there. So let me get some paper here for inking. Okay, there we go. I must admit, it was fun this morning. It was a little alarming and a little fun going live. I will plan better next time. Like I said, I honestly did not expect anyone else to show up except Nancy, who knew about it because she was walking me through it. She's done this so many times, and Nancy plans so well, which is why she's a good teacher. You know, she plans what she's going to work on and has it all ready to go. Sometimes she even has her rough run through done so that she sort of has an idea. She's just very accomplished in that way. And I can sometimes be a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. Anyhow, so I really thought that it would just be Nancy and I, and she'd say, all right, click on this, click on that, do this, and then next thing I know, like I said, it was like there was a party going on in there. Come on, hold. But I'm going to, this is not wanting to hold. So let's put some clips on it and make it behave itself. Do I have any more flat ones? I do. Okay. So next time I go live, and I will do it again, I think it's one of those things, you know, like riding a horse. Get back on it right away. I mean, it's just us, right? It's just us. I feel like I know so many of you now, and it's just us getting together and chatting and watching each other work. So I need to, I think I want my darker one because that's not showing up very well. This one, although this is gathered twigs, they're both gathered twigs. This one's older, so it's a little paler. This one is brand new and it's a little bit alarmingly dark, but it's time I started using it. Okay, it's not so alarmingly dark on this because that's already dark, right? No, see, it does that once in a while. I think I need to head over to my Dollar Tree and get myself some new makeup brushes. I'm wondering if these are just starting to break down. I mean, I use them every single day. I got these ones at Dollar Tree. They're in packages in the makeup section. Two for up here in Canada, it's actually $1.25. Our Dollar Tree is really a $1.25 tree, but that's still a deal. We have another very popular dollar store up here called Dollarama, and it is now, I think they upwards of $4. See, I don't know why it's doing this, and I'm wondering if it's the brush. And I don't mind that it's doing that on something that's just for me. I'd rather get it out of its system on me rather than if this was going to be going to a new home to someone else. I would want it to be more pristine, but that's okay. So I think that's on my list after lunch, is to go over to $1.25 tree and get myself some new brushes. My car may have to do a detour to my main thrift store in town. It now is open on Tuesdays. It used to be that it was closed Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and opened Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for during this pandemic. Yeah, that's nice. I'm just going to ink this. But now they've decided, I guess they're getting into a routine. And I've noticed a few times that I've been there, they have a lot of students working in there. So maybe there's a lot of, it's a church-based charity shop. So maybe they've got a lot of students who have, you know, I'm sure there's no summer jobs for students this year. I always had a summer job from the time I was 14 years old. I had a summer job every year. So I'm wondering if, because there's no employment anywhere right now with shutdowns. So I wonder if there's more students at least volunteering in the thrift store, my favorite one, and that they're able to maybe get a few more things, sorting done and that sort of thing. Maybe. Who knows? I'm just glad. So I will go to $1.25 tree. I will go to that thrift store. I actually have the British Nation. Actually, I've got it almost completely ready now. I was putting together the goodie envelope for the British Nation and send it off to its new home. I wonder if I can get that ready in time. I was planning on Thursday being my post office day. I try to do my post office visit one day a week. And I had planned initially that one day was going to be Thursday this week. Maybe I can get that done. We'll see. Okay, I'm just going to drag this a little bit further onto the map now and make that map look a little aged. It is old. This is a map from a 1940s high school atlas. But I want it a little more dingy, and I want this part inked. And then this side. Let's see. Oh, I like that. All right, I want these corners a little more distressed looking, and I want my good old coffee rings stencil. I'll be sad if this ever breaks down. I'm going to have to maybe search on Amazon and see if they have other coffee ring type stencils, because it's really, really cute. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Okay, let's spill some more slops down here. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe some polka dot slops up here. Yeah. Oh, I love it. That looks nice. Let's do a little on this side. Down here, let's do one of the fat coffee rings. So we took Miss Dorothy for her annual checkup yesterday at our vet. And the vet was very, very happy with the health of our little friend, our little Chewini, also known as the 12-pound tyrant who runs our house. We are her slaves, but we love her. And she had a good, clean bill of health. Last year she had a bad year. I don't know if any of you have ever had a dog, or I guess a cat for that matter, who's had pancreatitis. This was our first dealing with pancreatitis. Dot developed pancreatitis. It's not something you catch, you develop it. It was awful, and it was expensive. Oh my goodness. That little dog cost us almost $2,000. But she's our little friend, so. And she was young enough that it was certainly, you know, we were going to do whatever we could for her. I am not one to do heroic efforts for my pets if they're extremely elderly and it looks like the outcome isn't necessarily going to be an optimal outcome. You know what I mean? I don't know how to go into that. I don't believe in putting them through that if it's simply purely because we're going to miss them. I think that they're better off being free over the Rainbow Bridge. But Dot was young enough when she developed pancreatitis that it absolutely was well worth making sure that she got healthy again. And now this year, she's had a good year. She has to eat a special kibble now. Then I wondered how much this kibble was going to cost. But it turns out it's not bad at all. I looked into making her food for her myself from home ingredients. And I thought about raw. I know a lot of people that they really believe raw is the way to go for their dogs and cats. My problem with going raw is and I mean this in all sincerity, I have a husband who has OCD, and he really is, the thought of germs and salmonella and bacteria, it honestly does stress him out. And so when I mentioned raw, I immediately could see the wheels turning in his brain, imagining how it was literally, he was going to be disinfecting our house every single day in a panic over bacteria and salmonella, you know, getting it on a counter, getting it here or there. Would she be able to snuggle with him? And I came to the conclusion that she was better off eating the best nutritious diet we could provide for her that isn't raw, so that she could have a happy home with us. And that my husband would not have his head explode panicking over salmonella and bacteria imaginings in his mind. So so that's when I opted for researching and finding the best possible kibble for her. And so far she had a very, very healthy year this year, and she got all her blood work back this morning. I was actually chatting with Nancy online. She was helping talk me through the live video when the vet phoned to let me know. So Nancy got to listen to me talking to my vet. Okay, I am going to pause for a second, and I'm going to go over, I want to sew around the edge. So I will be right back. It'll seem like it's in the jiffiest of jiffies, to quote Mr. Bean. I'll be right back. Okay, so I did some stitching, and you know what? I realized what I used for glue. When I was stitching, I got my nose right down close to it, and I could see the shine near the edges here. I used Mod Podge as a glue. So that's, I could see the shine from the Mod Podge. So that's what I used to glue down this map. So that's kind of nice to know how long the Mod Podge will hold. Just pulling that thread through. Come on. Thank you. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want you. I want you. There we go. I sound like Apollo Creed. I want you. I want you. So let's get this done. I only have a few minutes left before my phone will cut me off. And we are almost done. So I guess I will do another video maybe tomorrow morning, or maybe I will go live. I have to cut the text blocks out of these two books. So, and that's always, I don't know about you, that's one of those satisfying videos I love watching, when other people get started on a new journal and they have to cut the text block out, because you hold your breath for a little bit because you don't want the knife to go through the spine, and you wonder what you're going to find. I'm just pulling that back thread through, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, so that I can tie it in a knot. Plus I want the little knot to show, so that way you can tie your threads together, tie them off so it won't unravel, and you can, if you want, leave them long so that they look a little bit messy and disheveled. Yeah, so I'm going to get started on those two, and then I think I'm just going to follow my heart and see which one calls out to me to get turned into a junk journal first. So this is going to be like that. I am going to use Fabri-Tac to hold it down. All right, how am I for time? 29 minutes. We can do it. We can do it. I just want to make it a little prettier. So what I'm going to do is, I think, okay, let's just do it. I'm going to, down here, just poking a hole in there, and then, where did I do it? There. I'm just eyeballing it. Okay. These pliers have a wire cutter in there. So what I'm going to do is cut off one side of this. Where's the side? There it is. So that it's not so long. Come on. There we go. Thank you. And I'll do that with the other one. Oh, I guess we've already decided on you. You're sticking out. Okay, that's fine. All right. There we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in this way. Oh, my stomach's going to start growling soon. Come on, come on, come on. In you go. There we go. Now, I don't want to cut myself. That metal is raw edge. But see how I just fold that over? And then I'm just going to put masking tape over it. Let's do this real quick. Hopefully I don't. If I get cut off, I'm going to just keep going. So if my phone cuts me off, thank you for visiting today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to everyone who was online and spotted that I was attempting to go live. There was an adventure. So see what I did? I just wanted, I think that looks pretty. Give it a little bit of detail. Tape. Masking tape. So yeah, thank you for joining me right now. And thank you for joining me earlier if you did. And I apologize for all the laughing and the that went on in that live stream. I'll try to make them more professional in the future. Let's just get these. Okay. I just want to smooth that out.